great calamity in the light. I need it to be silent, like red, that type of silence. There is no calamity in the colour red. Its space, its form is boundless by expression. Its light, but a mere cascaded, corrupted fragment. Some grand abysmal form or representation of mind. Then that is when we can start to talk about duality. What would that mean to you? How could you even begin to talk about these sorts of things when they've never ended? At what point could we agree then to pick up on this speculation? Where do we place our point on the spectrum of its timeline? We move in a linear fashion towards the great abyss. What calls me there, what keeps me here, are of the same. What has been is always and should be. What do you know about the end? Intuitively, this is what tortures me, by the way. I can help think of where it begins when I think of the ending. Where has it begun? My first memory. What is a fucking memory? But a fragmented lie that we've told ourselves in the formation of some mask that we use to hide our true selves, our true intentions. What about the human who's so scared to live? Is it its false understanding of life? Is it the misinterpreted reality of death? New beginnings and old endings, fragmented, entangled, constructs of the oblivion mind. I was right. All that is not will be. All that will be has been not. Where do we begin to piece together the ending? The answer to that, in a well-educated mind, in a well-formed temple of consciousness, from which the vessel prohibits its action out into its manifested reality, from which it interacts and learns from the entangled concepts represented from within, exerted into the out. What becomes of us then? This natural creation, we say. What about the mind is natural? What about sentience is natural? Does the bird bigger with its wife about the bread? Does the worm scream before it cries? Does the eagle smile before it devours? What becomes of us then, such unnatural concepts imbued within a natural manifestation of an eternal mind? Such eternal consequences? Of course, consequence. Why is it so negative? Is it the fear of morality that clouds our interpretation of concepts, which prompts our resolute scaling and generation of conceptualized symbologies? What is the meaning of existence then but a continuation of loops from within itself, devouring, feeding, and exerting eternal consequence and damnation, screaming without a fucking mouth? That is to be said that it just simply cannot. So we could break these rules down then into the necessary consequences used from which is necessary to derive some sort of webbed fabric, like some sort of Teflon plated protection from these sources. That is the conceptualization of a persona. Now we've understood and acknowledged that there is universal truth and principle from which the underlying fabric of reality, the consequences of nature by which are ruled of this divine source or creator. Everything that exists is either in itself or in another. As the brilliant Benedict de Spinoza wrote in his Ethics. How should I then flesh out my own philosophical framework? What types of knowledge exist if everything is metaphysically connected, or substantiated aspects of this eternal God? How then, or even perhaps the question is why then, should we even bother to quantify such derivative, fragmented, rotting material agents of its divine suffering? Why is it then that the human should bear that consecrated heaven? What about the human exists, and I'm now under the belief that I should permit myself to fall, to slip onto such an abyss, to interpret such dreams of reality. I shouldn't have said that. Because think about it. There's nothing real about a dream. There is nothing real about a dream. That is why I need the silence. It's very quiet in the dark. No form may take shape without light. No sound then is to be heard. No sound then is to be heard. No sound then is to be heard. What genius lies slumbering, dormant in the abyss, the shadowed perceptions of a subconscious mind? Is a subconscious mind asleep for good purpose? If we think about the nature of rest, the nature of dormancy, of slumber, that is to say, that from within a conglomerated effort to preserve such nucleic forces, agents, material agents of consequential reality and matter. Very well then. And so we could establish many things now within the polarity, within these aspects of nature, and there are a great notable list of contemporary minds of a modern time, however long past, that have tried with a great indomitable clinginess, a willingness to survive, to prosper in life. There's a great silence to be found within this darkness, and within it, there is a slumbering man. He exists within these scapes, within this tapestry of mind. He walks tight-ropedly along the threads of existence, for he knows that he did not weave such threads, but he merely discovered them. And as he continues to move along, the branches from which this eternal thread has webbed such fabric tapestries, pathways of material opportunity. The fabrication, the materialization of grey matter, from in, out into the out, back, out, into the out. It stops at within, it comes from below, it knows not to stop, it knows when to grow. the seeds that it plants. He knows that it shows a divine phase of mind. Seeds often show. Leaves and coffins fall. We often think we've got it all. We've got but none. Some borrowed time, clocks that run, intoxicating the sound of guns within my mind, scattered walls of matted minds and tattered thoughts of dark-pitched rhymes. Oh, what is this matter of time? What is this matted mind of mine?